This week's episode of Captain's Corner is sponsored by Paquette Realty. Fuck you, Kevin. Welcome back, gentlemen. This is Captain's Corner, Season 16. I'm Christian.
I'm Jordan.
And today we're going to get started on a little special episode. We got the GOAT edition, all right? So to our guests today, 2 GOATs, 2 champs, 2 quarterbacks. They got some records, doing some good things out there. MVPs, yeah. And right now, one of them is leading his team. The other one's trying to stay afloat. Yeah. So let's bring our guests. We got Johan and David.
Thank you, gentlemen.
What's up, man? What's up?
What's up, bro? Nice to meet you, bro. Thank you. Thank you for coming on the show.
What's up, man?
This is your second time on the show, right?
What a pleasure.
This is your first time, right?
My first time. Friend of the show.
All right, gentlemen. So for those of you who don't, or for those of watching who don't know you, give them a little bit about yourself, your name, how you came into Flag, and then, you know, kind of how you got into Done Deal.
Well, first, I'm David. Came into Flag.
Before we start, this is the GOAT edition. That's why Peaky's not here. I own him. So go ahead.
My name's David. I came into Flag a little after high school, messing around, playing Flag with Lazo and Davila and all that, and then jumped into Red Zone. A few years later, got hit up to play Done Deal in the tournament, one of the tournaments. And then
that's when he sharked.
Yeah,
got you for who?
We won the tournament.
Willie.
And then from there, here we are.
Okay.
I guess you can say
really because
David owes his success to me. I started his DD reign.
Yeah, so you came in, won a tournament, and then your first season was the one we won?
We won, and then the next season
won again?
And then the next season
won again?
And then it's downhill since.
So it's safe to say 4 man is your thing, 5 man is not.
It appears so, but we'll see. It's not over yet.
All right, we'll get to that. All right, Johan.
What's up, guys? My name is John. I'm 32. I just had my 3rd kid. So everything's been downhill since I tore my ACL 18 months ago. I started playing Flag when I was like 19 after high school. It was cool. I started playing receiver with a couple teams, and then none of my friends could throw. So I started throwing. That's kind of like how I started playing quarterback. And I've jumped ship. I actually quit Flag a couple times. And this last time that I came back was thanks to DD. Was in 2019. And I joined Dynasty. Kind of like demolished that team. Then joined Reapers. Demolished them as well. Then now I'm Swoosh. But we're afloat right now. We got a couple injuries, but we're hanging tight. But yeah, so I'm excited to be back in DD. I missed these last 2 seasons because of my ACL, and I'm excited to play Peaky this week for the first time ever in DD.
You've never played him?
Nope. The week I was gonna play him, the week I tore my ACL.
Okay.
That's crazy.
All right, so the last 2 seasons you've been the commissioner. Now You're back into playing. So give me your view, your perspective on how it is running it and how it is playing.
Sure. I honestly like both. I missed it, but I thought I would miss it more. But I had fun commissioning. Mm-hmm. I think it was cool to like be a part of like setting rules, like helping teams, which I thought was a good thing to do. Apparently some captains didn't like it, but I like that teams reached out to me and say, hey, what do you think about making my team better or making moves? Mm-hmm. And I would, regardless, any trade that happened would go to the DPA, it wouldn't go to me. Mm-hmm. So I did help out a lot. And I'm famously known for opening the floodgates last season.
Open the floodgates.
And CP made a good point. I listened to all the shows.
That's what I like
CP
about it.
said in his hot seat that he's not gonna open it, and he explained why. I think it's stupid that not opening it, because the reason we have the rule in place is because when people get drafted by a captain, mm-hmm. they order a jersey of that team color.
Of course.
Yeah. If you trade that player, now they never got to wear their DD jersey. Mm-hmm. But once the season starts, there's no more DD jersey. Yeah. So the fact that, now you can't trade this player because he's not going to wear that original jersey. They don't have that original jersey anymore. Agreed. So I think that it shouldn't be capped. but I doubt that he's gonna open it.
I think-
And I'm okay with it too. I like my team.
I think it should be till 12 o'clock.
I think the way to fix that is
At
you
least.
just have that rule for
It's Friday at
after
8,
the
right?
draft.
Yeah, after the draft. That's what
After
I
week
said
one,
last
you can
last
be traded
season.
13 times before you play
Yeah.
again.
And I think to your point, it would help teams. Sometimes a team makes, Andres doesn't like this, but sometimes a team makes a move that needs a second move. You know, like, hey, I need to acquire this guy because this captain likes this guy.
A lot of times,
But he won't trade me the guy I want unless I get him this guy. Like Alfredo made a good point. Alfredo told, I think Eddie was like, I'm not trading. I know all you guys want my players unless someone gets me Carlos or Julio Iglesias. Get me one of those two, I'll trade you whoever you want.
That's a good one.
But then Ant's not trading those guys, so it's hard to.
It's the same thing you did with Freddie in the draft. You took value at that point.
because then you're trying to do like a 3-team trade and then it gets more
that's
complicated.
impossible.
When you,
Yeah, I
if
think-
you could just trade and then trade them again, it settles it.
I think that's the biggest thing. I think we should allow that because, like you said, you know, sometimes these moves that you want to make, and like I've been offered trades and I've considered them, but since I can't trade that person once they get to my team,
Yeah, you
I don't
can't.
want to do it because, like, dude, I don't really want to sit with this person for a week. It's to get them, to ship them off.
Yeah, sure.
Like
It's
you
what
said.
he did with Kevin, and it was one of the funniest things ever. Kevin, he was talking all this shit, and then all of a sudden, John traded him again. Kevin was like on vacation.
Another rule because
Kevin was
yeah,
on
it was
vacation.
painful.
He's like, oh, the Patriots.
All right, so let's go into
let's
some
get
big.
straight into the trades. Again.
Yeah, straight into the trades. Start with yours, David. Why is it that you
Why'd you
traded?
trade Freddie?
Yeah.
I felt like I needed to get better on defense. So I traded for Mikey. I think Mikey's a better defender than Freddie.
Mikey Sabina?
100%. I think he's a better defender than Freddie.
In what aspect?
And he's faster. He's when he's motivated and like when you know
But he's not drunk.
when he's motivated and like
I
when
kinda
you-
agree.
when you give him you know like you when you what's the word when you empower
put him in a good,
like in
empower
a good
him,
way
yeah.
like he's gonna hustle, he's gonna play
Respond.
hard, he's gonna and I mean this past week I had no problem, like he played defense great.
Who calls the defense?
I do, but like when you that's another thing, you
I
can't
am-
have him
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. What I saw when I saw him playing defense, he was running the defense.
I think that was because
No.
he was with Cheeky though.
Yeah, Sabina.
that's what happens.
He was running the defense, and what he was calling was
That team was. I mean,
But that's my point. Like
still
when you give
feel like they
him
have no
a
head.
direction and you give him a role and shit like that, then he's gonna thrive. And that's how I feel. And that's how it was when we had the Dolphins. Like he was great defensively and he played great. You know, he did what he needed to do on offense when he needed to do it. Like
But I feel like
I
that.
don't have to throw to him all the time.
Yeah, I feel like that first season he came in with more fire and trying a lot harder. Now I feel like sometimes he be
Yeah,
showing he be showing up like faded and shit.
Well,
like that.
I think he got a wake up call. I think
I don't
I
know.
tried
Yeah,
to call out
I
everybody.
love Mikey and everything like that, but sometimes I feel like at least recently, like you'll see him out late or like he just comes.
But it
like,
was the same thing with the Dolphins. It wasn't.
He
it's
was.
not
I mean,
this
like you
is
see,
new.
I didn't. It's just more out there now, I guess.
It
But
was
I
the
didn't know
same
that. I
thing.
felt like he was just.
No, we would go out the night before too. Like
Yeah,
the
I-
night before we won the playoffs, we were out at Flanagan's, boom, 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 and we went somewhere else. We were out late. We showed up. It was dark and gloomy. We're like, fuck, here we go. And then, you know, whatever. We played good. We came out and we won. I don't think it has.
It's just a
Bagacho,
situation.
Bagacho.
that.
Yeah,
That
Bagacho.
helped, right? There's a lot of like.
But it was
Yeah,
like-
yeah,
it was-
yeah,
it was-
things that happen.
Yeah, it was 2 or 3 times you guys stopped him at like the 1 yard line.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was
one.
crazy.
Forrest getting hurt also saved you guys.
Hey, bro, nobody's talking
I don't know about
that game.
save, but it would have been a better.
We would have
No, but
spanked
that was one of the. That was the.
We
one
would
of
have
the biggest
manhandled
meltdowns.
No,
you
you
guys.
wouldn't.
Of course, you were shaking Gabe Sanchez.
Okay, but
You're not doing that to Forrest.
Whoa.
Jerry was also hurt too, so it was a full meltdown by you
Yeah.
guys. I still think they would have won because I think it would have came down to you throwing versus David throwing in 4-man. And honestly, I don't think David's a bad 5-man quarterback. I think the teams haven't been as well built around you, where your 4-man teams have been like goated. Like
it's to your point. Like you gotta be lucky in a way. Like
yeah, you gotta get lucky. One of them wasn't Mikey in that format. With Mikey had Bond Hyman that over OT whatever, but it was the Ernie pickup.
Once
Like
the Ernie-
upgrading
yeah,
my cousin
Ernie was the
to
different
Ernie.
guy.
My team was,
Was the-
solid.
yeah.
Bringing Ernie,
That's it. Took the trade for you, like that. Bringing you instead of Ham or Albert, like that was the next level. Like
Yeah.
and then your brother dropping to like 15 or 16 that draft because everyone didn't want to draft Danny. I don't know why. that was another. You got another, and you got Boris as tier 4.
That's my point. So and then the Dolphins one, I had Manny as my low 3.
Exactly.
So
Yeah. So
got-
it's been. You gotta get lucky
You find
first
those
on
people like
W.
the first season. That's why I always say it, bro. It takes, in my opinion, like you play 3 seasons and then you find your real
Someone
guy.
like
Because
that.
somebody's gonna be like, look, they took Ernie. I think it was
The first.
He was his first pick.
Yeah. The Cowboys.
Yeah,
Peter Delgado
as his
took him.
first player. Like,
First
I mean, Ernie's a great rusher, probably top 3 in the league, but he's not a number 1 wide receiver. I mean, and then to find, like, depending on what your picks are. Like,
Statistically, he is top 3 in the league, right?
rushing.
Yeah, he had a little phase, but
He did.
You-
No, I don't think I would put Manny
In the
C's,
league right now?
Manny C's lost, so it doesn't count. But I think I would put a couple
Julio
people
Gonzalez.
Julio Gonzalez to me.
over.
Okay. who
I would
else?
put Georgie over Ernie.
Oh, and Jeff's there.
Geoff is there, but he's definitely top 5.
He's not rushing.
Ernie's top 5.
He's not rushing. Jeff,
Yeah, I know, but Jeff. I mean,
Okay,
Jeff's the best.
Well, but
rusher.
Ernie didn't rush against us either. Because
Who's better, Ernie or Pablito?
I know Pablito's a better rusher.
You think so?
But it comes down to the matchups. Like against you, I didn't
Exactly.
have Alpha Rush, and I think Alpha is really good.
Exactly,
but
that's what I'm saying.
the-
It's hard. Ernie's definitely one of the best rushers in there, but like to your point, he's not a top receiver.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why I feel like he has a cap, unless he gets better.
It all depends, bro.
everything like
Outside
that.
of captains, outside of tier 1s, wherever you get drafted is gonna set your season.
Yeah.
If you get drafted early, fucked.
Yeah.
If you get drafted later, oh, now you're a steal, now you're a
Yeah.
mismatch. Like your captain decides what you're gonna be that season. Like you take a guy early, like Luis Fernandez was like a tier 3 when Chink had him.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, bombing everyone. Now
Good
he's your
training,
first
right?
pick.
Yeah.
Now it's a little harder. He's still balling, but it's a little harder because now he's being matched up with tier 2s.
He becomes like just another guy.
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Because it's not. There's no wow. Like Brandon next season is gonna go earlier.
Yep.
But right now it's like holy shit.
yeah.
So
That's another one. That,
now I ask you, usually when you trade for multiple players, there's one that's an upgrade and one that's like
Yeah.
a downgrade. Who was the upgrade? Who was the sacrifice? you
So,
It's an
made?
easy one.
but I mean, Kevin is better than Angel, but you have rapport with Angel.
I
so
think
get that part.
I think athletically, maybe like physically, you could say whatever. Kevin was an upgrade angel, but I think like when it comes to like maybe
So-
playing flag and no understanding the game more.
And jerseys,
no.
and shorts and Vince by Dax.
Airbnbs and everything.
There's no. I don't think there's any drop off defensively, and it's like a different variable
pretty-
on offense.
pretty
Like
even
with
swap.
Kevin, I had him maybe running a post across the field.
Yeah, I
where
saw you throwing balls
With
at him.
Angel, it's a different, but it's
He can make
still-
people miss.
It's the goal
Exactly,
changer, it's the
exactly.
swag, it's the
And he brings the
it's-
swag
It's
back,
the
yeah,
swag,
for
and then
sure.
him and Mikey as a package is the best thing ever.
Okay.
So let's move on to your trade.
So your trades this season, well, have been.
Well, you
feel
got
like-
traded for.
I've only done one trade, which was this one.
Yeah.
I was traded.
Which I feel like is lacking just because the rule in place that a player has to stay 1 week is because of all the
Oh
trades
yeah, I
you
mean,
made.
I've always made trades to make my team better. I'm not gonna trade just to trade.
This one to me seemed like a trade just to trade.
No, I'm gonna explain that. I'm gonna explain
Yeah,
it to you.
give
So
it to me.
Georgie's missing week 5. I'm not a tier 1 defender anymore. Those days look like they've been gone, and they're probably gone for a long time. Which even though I call it defense, Georgie doesn't call my defense. I was calling the defense, but he was either rushing the captain or covering the best player.
Got
So I go from Georgie rushing, which he rushed all the 6 teams we played. He rushed all quarterbacks. I go from Georgie rushing to Kevin rushing. Everyone can say Georgie's a little bit better rusher than Kevin, but it's close. I think it's close. And then I go from Albert covering to Brandon covering. Like in my opinion, that's an upgrade. That's an upgrade. So I thought it was a no-brainer. They had asked for Suazo first, and then I said no, and they came back. Actually, Devin was working it for a little bit, and then Pat got added to the chat, and then they were working it. If Georgie's not missing week 5, I don't make the trade. I don't do the trade, and I stay with my team. But Georgie missing week 5, I can't. I mean, that's 4 games. Like
Yeah, that's
I
pretty
can't.
good.
I need the bye. Like the fact that I can't play defense well, I need the bye to secure a good chance at the star. So that's why I made the trade.
I like it. I like it.
I like it.
And then we got what was that, Andy, right?
Yeah, it was Andy,
You made
it
the
was
trade
Izzy
for
for
Izzy
Kevin.
and Kevin. That's just
Izzy yeah.
Kevin's missing a week.
No, that's just Izzy talks too much.
No, yeah, but Kevin's missing a week too. That's why Lulu traded him.
Yeah, Lulu put in the captain's chat.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
send offers for Kevin because he's missing.
He's missing.
I
But Kevin's actually been playing pretty good for him.
I think this saves the Bucks. I honestly thought I'm a big fan
I feel
of
like that's
especially in DD. and I'm a fan of Lulu as well. But I thought that their team was going to dissemble once week 5 happened and no Kevin's there. Now George Ramos is there all 4 games. And Tronky now can't even sub either. So you got Tronky and George Ramos at corner for 5. Now that's gone. So now you have Izzy there, and now George Ramos is missing.
Yeah.
So now that did a whole change. Now they're going to have their best 5 players.
Yeah.
Which that team benefits to have their best 5 players because if not, George is in the game. So I think the trade benefits more the Bucks, but Andy made it clear. Andy was like, "Yo, I can't have this guy in the chat."
Yeah, Andy's trying to make it deal.
This guy needs
I gotta
to
know this shit out of me.
like.
And then now
The problem is he's not his tier 6.
I dread the day he refs one of my games.
Yeah, Andy's trying to explain like, "Oh no, I did it because
He's refs you?
now I have Kevin McKee's out week 5. He's not your tier 6. So how does that benefit them then?
Yeah.
They need to win a bunch of games, and now one of your top 5 players is out. So I don't understand the trade from Andy, but I get it. Like,
I feel like Andy's just still trying to figure it all out. He got Gary, and then I feel like he's like, I got my
That was a
ball.
terrible trade.
But now it's like, I don't know. But look,
Everyone
Andy
said
said it. His bro, and I watched him. Andy played a game where they run the ball more than anybody. He runs the ball. He had like fucking 7 passes and 4 completions, and 3 were touchdowns to Gary. And then just run the ball. He'll give handoffs to other people, and then Corona made a fucking.
He said it. He said it. He either runs the ball or throws it
to Gary.
Which
in our game he struggled.
Yeah.
But that was because they tried the Corona thing first.
But he's hard. He's hard.
And then once they went to Andy at quarterback, I was like, "Yo, Georgie, you're rushing."
you're rushing.
In the tournament,
And Steady covered yeah, I remember that.
I
Steady
covered the big dude.
Gary, pretty good.
All right, gentlemen. So now we're gonna get into the conferences. We're gonna go start with the North. We're gonna just do the teams that are in the playoff race right now.
Projected, bro.
The other bottom 4 teams. Sorry, get better. You guys suck. So in the North, Packers, you shitty. Bengals, shitty. Seahawks, shitty.
Otherwise, regular league.
Raiders, shitty. So let's start.
Colts.
We haven't even got to the subject.
At number 6, we got the Eagles. Kurt, Freddie, Johan, Juan, Anthony, Sergio. I played this team. We lost on a last-second bomb to Freddie.
That was a good catch over Lewis.
Over Lewis,
That was a good catch.
I like that team when they're all there. They have good mismatches everywhere. I think that dude Sergio to be a tier 6. If he were to listen,
that's
would
what I was
be
gonna say because
something else. You know,
I talk to Kurt once in a while. I feel like you're gonna see, at least to me, just from talking to Kurt this week, it's gonna be like, I want to see what they do because it's either it can be really good. I think they have a great team, like you said, mismatches across the board, or they're gonna implode.
Yeah, I think Sergio next season won't be a tier 6. He'll be a 5, a little bit higher. So he'll compete against people more his level. But I think, like I said, the biggest thing is him listening. When we played, they could have ended the game early if he runs his route.
That's the guy who looked like he was on offense when he was on defense.
Yeah.
He was rushing guys.
He was rushing.
He was,
Stuck out.
We're going to look for that picture.
I'm a fan of Sergio.
We're going to
drafted
him.
I drafted him and he traded me.
So
that was your original team, right?
Yeah, I'm rooting for them because they can win me a star.
it's the NBA now.
So I'm rooting for them. But I honestly think they're very good.
Yeah,
Freddie's back. Johan throwing to Kurt, Freddie, Juan, Anthony Ademan's the tier 5. That's impressive. And then their tier 6 is Sergio. So I think that team that team's gonna do some. I think they're in. They're to me they're a lock. I think they're in for playoffs.
All right.
And at 5 we got the
Giants.
the Chris D Giants.
So I like my team. I think week 2 we just had a brain fart. We didn't win a game. We weren't connecting. Like it was just god awful. You know. In that game we played against the Bucks. We had an opportunity to beat them, and I folded. I've never folded so bad in my life. Like we were in the match, and Tommy wouldn't throw me the ball. I literally got pissed. Turned to him in the middle of the game, and I was like, throw me the fucking ball. You gotta throw me the ball. It's me against a tier 3. You have to give me the ball.
Yeah.
Next play, Tommy threw the greatest pass in his life. Talking about bullseye, 100 points, like perfect throw. I ran like an out and up. I beat the guy. Back of the end zone, me, like I created the separation.
Oh, you dropped it.
No, I did not
The
drop
climax.
it. I did not drop it.
What'd you do?
The ball, the point of the ball hit
in the
me
face.
dead in the eyeball, brother.
What a dime.
You don't catch
Literally.
the ball, bro.
And then I felt like a bum because I literally turned, yelled at
Can't say
Tommy,
nothing.
throw me the ball, and he threw me the ball and it hit me in the eye and I dropped
You're the
it.
one that looks like the drag ass.
Yeah.
Can I give you a little scoop on the Giants?
Joel's fantasy numbers?
No. I'm actually surprised that you guys are not higher. I think you guys have played bad so far for the team you have. This is like a trade value last season team that won with Perra. Like, I think Tommy's an upgrade from Perra to Tommy.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the Chris D. Lewis, which is similar to the AJ Alex M.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, instead of Ernie rushing, you have Forrest rushing, which is similar.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have, instead of Alex C, Joel, both like aggressive. So I think that team is built to win it. I just don't know why you guys aren't beating the fuck out of teams.
I mean, like I said, last
Chris.
week 3, we smacked everyone. Week 1, our only issue was our game 1, which I felt it was a little weird. Tommy started a little shaky, but after that game, we fucking like plowed through everyone. Week 2 was just like awful, god awful.
Well, you guys are in the playoff picture, so.
Yeah, I think this week we're gonna do a lot, and you'll see us jump up.
Good. I'm excited.
At number 4, we got the Falcons.
Yeah.
Al, Julio G, Josh, Monkey, Laz, and Jesus.
I like that team. They're actually pretty good. They're scrappy. Al's always been scrappy and fucking.
I haven't seen them play.
I've ref them a lot, and when you look at them, you look at the team, it's like,
There's no brain cells.
The replacement.
no, yeah, they just, you don't think
You look at them?
you don't think they're gonna do much,
No.
and then when you see them play, it's like they're making plays
They're
here
scrappy.
and there,
They're scrappy.
and over the top to Al or a hand off to Julio, and he's
And Julio-
Monkey's better than what I thought.
No,
Yeah.
he's actually good.
Yeah, he's good. I
He's
thought they got a
coverage
downgrade
is
with my brother when Monkey came in.
No.
And then the Niners game, I looked over and Monkey was making catches on Jeff. On Jeff.
And I think Josh has been playing really good.
But Julio calls their offense.
I don't like that. I don't like.
I get you as a quarterback.
But think about it.
But it's
No, but I've
different.
seen it in other. Like I
I
saw
was
Julio
like number-
talking here.
I was tied for, like,
I've
number
seen
one
it now for a couple
touchdown.
seasons of Julio calling plays in the huddle for their captains and their quarterbacks.
I think it works.
But
with
it,
this
it works for them.
So,
For this team, it works.
For this
So-
team, it works. I mean, Al's not gonna be like Al. You're gonna
But that's
tell
why
Al,
I'm saying
Al's gonna be like,
I've seen it in every team he's been on in DD.
yeah, so I drafted Julio last year, and honestly, I didn't know he was like that toxic.
Look, there. I love him though. He's nasty.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, nobody on that team's gonna tell him to shut up because
Yeah.
none of them can think about a play.
Don't get me wrong, love the dude, his mentality, his effort
I
is
love it.
unmatched.
I love it too.
But,
Yo,
dude,
he looked at Josh trying to like talk in his own huddle, and he looked at Josh and goes, "Stop!" He was trying to play, bro. And I was like, "Oh my god!"
But it works because Josh gets really trigger happy, and Julio
Yeah.
be able to like, no, let's eat here,
Yeah.
shit like that. It works.
yeah, I like the team. Like you said, they're very scrappy. Josh has come out and played really well. Bro, I think Josh, now the Josh we have now obviously is not the same thing. But when that dude was young, when he was athletic, when he was like in his prime, I thought he was one of the best athletes in flag.
100%.
are over.
Yeah, over, obviously. But I that dude would windmill, that dude would jump out of
Yeah.
the sky, that dude would scramble, toast people, throw the deep ball, throw the laser beam. So I think
Josh got his flowers. Let's move on.
So at 3 we got the 49ers. We got Derek leading his team. He's MVP candidate. You know,
Jeff, Darren, Ham.
They're the fastest team in done deal. Like I think
First
overall-
drive.
Oh,
Second.
yeah. Bro, Hulk's not that slow.
No, but once
Okay.
now Hulk is their 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now you have Hulk and Kenny, which is what I said.
But
They thought I was hating. The Niners thought I was hating because I was telling them like, hey, week 1 they played a couple teams that didn't have their full team, so Hulk and Kenny were never on the field together. Then week 2 they had a good week, and then week 3, bro, they exploited.
They were 1 and 2, right?
They got exploited. Yeah, they went 1 and 2, and they struggled.
Yeah.
But that team is still, bro. It's
They're
it's
just
first and 4.
fast. They're just fast.
That
Yeah.
team is good enough to score 4 on anyone.
Yeah,
so.
Derek's a hard rush.
They have a tough schedule this week, and then they play you guys.
Yep.
And they play either the Bucks or the Ravens. They play the Ravens.
Yep.
You guys and the Ravens, and then they have I think an easy game. Oh, you guys. no, but anything happened. You guys beat the Ravens too, right?
Yeah.
So
Who's ranked number 2?
anything can happen.
Yeah, I like the team. It's pretty good, pretty well built. They are fast. When we played them, the touchdowns they scored were deep bombs to Ham.
Yeah.
So, you know, they are a solid team, but for sure.
I haven't
Very
seen any of them.
beatable.
I love that.
I haven't seen them at all.
You haven't seen them at all?
I haven't seen.
ref-
I get to ref them, and then you've been refing the Falcons.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen the Falcons.
Hey, no, bro. Who do we got at 2, bro? I haven't heard from you lately.
We got the Ravens, the new Ravens. Pat, Pablo, Georgie, Bert, Devin, and Gabe.
Good team.
I do like it.
A lot of camaraderie
Squad.
in the team.
A lot of squad there.
Yeah.
And they got Gabe, bro.
They got Gabe. That's
Tier 1.
They automatically
Tier 1,
lose that
Tier
game.
6.
I like this team.
Tier 6, bro.
Um,
What do you expect?
I just
That
feel like
much.
once again it's gonna fall on Devin, like always. Can he come out and keep playing the way he's played? When we played them,
He's got his 2 boys, bro.
but I think
And he's got Albert.
that's what's gonna hurt him. That he has his 2 boys, right? Before he just had Pat. You know, I covered Pat, so he was forced to spread the ball to Brandon, to Pablo, and whoever else he had. Now he's got Pat and Georgie, so I think that's gonna mess him up. Instead of
But he was
reading the
scoring
field,
with Brandon.
exactly.
He lost Brandon.
He lost Brandon.
Because Brandon was his 5 and he was a mismatch.
I think it's kind of similar to his team last season. Like he's got 2
Horses.
and then you know
I think this is an upgrade to their team last season because they go from Gabe T to Albert.
Yeah.
That's an upgrade. And then they go from Juan to Pablo.
Yeah, this
So that's an upgrade.
It's the same team he had last season.
And he has Georgie and
They got a good
Pat that
defense.
will play with him.
They got a good defense. And the only thing that sucks about their defense is their rush. Unless you put Georgie to rush because
Yeah, Georgie's gonna have to
Bert,
rush.
Devin, or
on-
Gabe. I mean, Devin don't rush. Gabe is.
And Gabe's.
I mean, it depends who they play. Though. Like
Yeah.
last season, they didn't really have a rusher, and they made it to the ship.
I think if the Ravens get the Bucks in the playoffs, the Ravens beat the Bucks easily. Not because of like being a better team, but because of the matchups. Like if Georgie can follow Lulu, and Pablo can follow Lavares, Pat can just play safety, and then you have Albert
What was-
Izzy.
Let's get into the Bucks too. Let's talk about both of them right now. They're number 1. The hard thing about the Bucks that I faced was they put Lulu at center, so it's kind of hard everybody plays an unorthodox defense, especially in 5s too. Now you're like one side of the field is gonna be like man, or one guy would be man, and then you'll have like 2 guys doing something by themselves, like, and then Lulu could go anywhere from there. And it's
Yeah,
just
you gotta stop the Lulu
it's
show.
just matched up 1-on-1 with him, and that's really how they line it up. Tronky just sets everybody up, and it's like, all right, now it's just you and him.
But he's also
Yeah,
been
you know-
using. Tronky learned very quickly. Like he's been using Sebastian. That's his tier
Yeah.
5.
No, yeah, but
On
he's-
miss, once he realizes, okay,
Yeah.
okay, Lulu. All right, now Sebastian out and up.
The big
Sebastian
knock,
corner.
the big knock on
Bro.
them in the beginning of the season was that they're you're gonna have Donkey and George on defense, yada yada yada.
Yeah,
The,
but they've
for the,
always-
the game I ref last week, Donkey had 3 throws, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like, who gives a fuck?
But
what you
that's,
have?
that's what I've always said with Chris. They're gonna score. The thing is that Lulu and his timing are fucking ridiculous.
But it wasn't.
I know what's coming.
It wa-
It wasn't
Who's
Lulu.
gonna
It
come
wasn't
back?
Lulu. It was
Speed up.
Sebastian
Sebastian,
Lavares.
Lavares.
Yeah.
Lulu had one, yeah,
Lavares
but
is fast
I
too,
can't
though.
believe I folded so bad.
Whatever,
I literally
bro,
look.
it's
It was 3-3. They were driving.
Oh, God, we're back to this.
I picked Tronky off in the end zone on the 1-yard line. Like picked it off, then screamed at Tommy and folded. It's literally the biggest embarrassment of my flag history.
It's alright. It's not on camera.
Oh yes, it is.
Oh, it is?
White.
Oh, Darcy got it. Darcy
This
Yes.
guy's throwing 2 pick sixes.
Yeah. So.
Sheesh.
No,
Hey, there's 7 games left in the season, bro.
He's got to
Bro,
win all of
You
them.
need to go 7-0. You're at 8-7. That's tough.
What, my team? I don't know, bro. Like at this point, I'm not gonna take a loss.
Yeah, no, of course.
That I'm
Ready?
not gonna take a loss.
Yeah.
All right, ready? Vamos, South.
You okay, bro?
South
It's
Conference
coming from the inside of your heart. huh?
from the inside out. Heartburn. Don't give Chris cheese.
What
No,
the fuck?
no dairy.
Yeah, I'm allergic.
He's very-
Jordan might miss the playoffs for the first time. Huh?
First time ever.
Ah.
Plug that.
That was
First and last time.
Hey, you know what? I've never missed. Now I pivot to I've never missed the playoffs as the Niners.
That's true.
You know, it's funny. Both my teams. Everybody's talking.
Anyways, yeah, enough
Both my
about
teams made the playoffs. Last year.
Enough about you. You're
But,
not on the list.
all right, boom. Let me
Ready?
know what Who's are you, bitch?
You're not in the
it. Yeah,
playoffs.
bro.
We gotta
Hey,
turn.
go, nigga, and you ain't even on that goddamn list.
We gotta turn the page to see these guys.
Let me call this. Yeah, right.
Ready?
I
Three.
still
We're
shit.
starting
I
on
still
South.
the Niners,
South.
Nobody wants to have a drink before you start.
No, no.
I grabbed some.
All
Don't
right.
worry. I'm gonna
3.
All right, gentlemen, let's get into the South Conference. We're gonna skip the bottom 4 teams: Patriots, Chargers, Colts, Cardinals. Yeah, trash. So let's get at number 6, the Cowboys. I haven't seen too much of these teams, so you've played against them, right? What do you think? Cowboys. You got Peter, Ernie, Alex E, Louis V, Andy, and Andres. And if I'm not mistaken, Andy is out this week, right?
That's correct.
I haven't seen them play, but from what I hear and the whispers, they don't seem like they have an identity. Like they don't know what they got.
Well, there's a few other players on the block, because Peter posted in the Capitals chat.
Yeah.
He's been trying to trade a few of them. I don't know. The team's well built. Andy missing this week is gonna be tough, and he has 2 teams behind them. The Colts and the Chargers are like 1 win away. So if the Cowboys have a bad week, they're gonna get jumped.
David?
I play them this week too.
Look, there it
So
is.
that's a huge game.
Yep.
You've played them already,
I
right?
played them week 1. We lost on the last play of the game, so that's the
Got a
difference.
fire,
Right now,
got a
that's
fire.
the difference.
And you got a new squad.
And now it's a different team.
Different team. We
You
got
guys
David.
notice David moves to the
David's
back
ready.
because his standings is at the bottom. He has to turn the page to see.
I think what this team is missing is last year with Daniel Elias, he had that like handoff. You know, he comes from Don't Sleep, so they like to run box play.
Yeah, I would put Andy at quarterback. I know he's missing this week, but I thought that team would be better if Andy was throwing and Peter was at receiver.
And taking
Instead of
handoffs.
Peter.
They do
Exactly.
Yeah, they do all that side stuff, which helps them, but without Andy, I don't.
But that's what I'm saying. They don't have a choice. They're just
But-
it's like sandlot ball. It's not sandlot ball, but they're just
They have a
like
good defense.
yeah.
Looks like on paper.
All right.
Andres was hurt last week.
They also kind of got bailed out last week. Teams letting them pick up people, and tying teams they shouldn't have tied with.
No. Now that we're getting into now that
I'll
we're
tell you,
getting
I
into
let
the
them pick
season.
up whoever they wanted. My team was upset. I actually told Andy I asked my team was okay with them picking up any tier 4. So we thought they were gonna pick up Brandon because Brandon's a good tier 4, and I was okay with it. And then Andy shows up to the field with Petey. Petey's having his magical stud week, and then Georgie looked at me like, "Yo, you said yes?" I'm like, "No, bro, I told him a tier 4." And then Andy's like, "Don't be a bitch! Don't be a bitch! You're the GOAT! Don't be a bitch!" Bro, at that point, you can't tell him no. He's on the field about to say hi. And Petey had the game of his life against us. Didn't drop a pass, got handoffs, threw the ball. No, it was a tie. But they could have. They had a chance to beat us, but we stopped them on a terrible call that was missed because we PI'd one of their players. But whatever, it's part of the game.
Yeah.
I think they ended up going 1-1-1 with Petey.
Really?
I think.
With Petey,
I
yeah.
think. So realistically they would have gone 0-3.
Yeah.
Without Peter.
100%.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I mean, good for them.
Which that's another good point David makes. Like, bro, you gotta think about other teams too, because like, look, by me doing that and giving them a tie, it fucks them up now.
But it's not like your response. Like,
correct. Yeah.
Me
But-
looking at it, it's like fuck. That was that would have helped.
If David would have came by and be like, "Yo, bro, don't let these,"
I didn't know until after. I was like, how'd that game go? Yeah, I'm tied. He's like, what the fuck? How the fuck you guys tied?
Yeah.
You should have hit up his cash app. And then he said no. All right, at number 5, we got the Lions. AJ,
This
Juju.
team, I like this team though.
Can I go through
Oh,
the
yeah.
God damn.
They
AJ,
know who they are, bro.
David, tongue twisted.
AJ, Juju, Revis, Peanut, Clint, Tony. All right, give it to us,
Oh.
David. What do you think about
David, is
this?
that a good team?
They're all right. I mean,
When David says alright, he means dog shit, by the way. In David terms.
I don't think on offense they don't have. They don't have. Yeah, they don't. It's just like they scored on us 3 broken play bombs, whatever. Defensively, it looks good, but I didn't think it was all that great. Like,
Oh.
When you, because I haven't seen them with Revis. Revis,
I
played
played
them.
Revis.
Reeves
I
is
beat
their
them.
quarterback.
Revis is the quarterback, but
Okay.
they'll do like a side snap. Like he's not all time. They'll do side snap handoff, but it's usually just
They had like 3 or 4 different people throw the ball.
against me.
in
It
the
was
game.
just Revis and AJ, and
Reeves, AJ, and Clint threw a pass. In
Clint did
one
throw
of
a
the-
pass.
One of the games.
Really?
Yeah.
yeah.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like they do like a bunch of stuff, so you'll never know who gets the ball and throws
Yeah,
it.
if you're doing a bunch of stuff, you're not doing
But-
it.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. No
Yeah,
identity.
they just kind of let's try this. All right, no, let's try this. Let's try this. I mean,
They have a good
roster.
They have a good
they're
defense.
deep-
They got a really good
It's one of those
defense.
teams that's good on paper, but like when you don't have like if they had a true quarterback and had like direction in what they're doing and not always trying different things, I think it'd be better. But they're just
That
they're
team is
kinda winging
also
it. They wing
one
it.
player away from Perla bringing in a replacement quarterback and then being really good. Like,
Yeah.
which I thought they were gonna do that with Juju instead of Juju. I thought they were gonna bring in like a QB and then be like, I was like, oh, now we gotta worry about this team.
Yeah, I thought that would actually be
I still think they're good and they're gonna make playoffs. I just don't think that. I mean, without a quarterback, bro, I don't think.
Look,
Yeah.
when we played him, Juju didn't do anything. Like they didn't even use him. He was for that they could have brought in a quarterback, and then I think they would have been a lot nicer. But I don't. They don't like.
I think AJ's stuck on the I'm a quarterback. I'm a quarterback.
100%.
Even though he's been trying to get Eddie
Mhm.
and he's been trying to get some QB. He tried to get Andy from the Patriots, so he's trying to make moves.
He's just trying to rape people. That's his
Yeah.
MO. All right, so number 4, we got the Vikings. It's a little bit different. than-
Fredo's first week in done deal, man.
Yeah.
He did good.
So we got Fredo, Jerry, Norm, Ralphie, Simply, and Davila.
I like that team.
I haven't played them. I played them this week.
Okay.
They got a pretty good defense. I mean,
I think I think
Oh, that's right.
their defense is good, and on offense
Yeah.
they're like real patient,
Yeah.
and that pays off. If you have a good defense and don't deal if you're patient, whatever, you know you don't have to score every drive if your defense is fired. You
Yeah.
score every other drive,
Yeah.
you'll be straight.
But-
and I think that's kind of how they
yeah.
go.
Jerry runs their team. On defense.
Last week,
And Norm-
Jerry wasn't there, right?
Yeah, he was.
last
Jerry
week he was.
was.
They had their full team.
Okay.
They had a good team. They played very well. I refed one of their games. Fredo on offense is very methodical. You know, he runs line play.
I never knew like never really seen Norman play or
He's good.
Norm's good.
Yeah, he's a
I'm a
lot-
fan. I'm a fan of
Norm
Norm.
is very solid.
All
bro.
over the place.
Very solid, very smart player, knows everything, and you can put him on an island by himself.
I think you could say like he's their best player, like
Norm?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, maybe not best, but like most valuable. Like he.
Yeah, at tier 3, man. Norm's good, bro. And Norm runs good.
He's
Yeah,
a two. He's a little two, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's the
I would
best
put him
player.
right over Enzo. Like in,
yeah, right there.
Like in that group, like
He's good.
And he's in good shape, bro.
Yeah.
That guy's 40.
Yeah, I think that's the
wow, I
biggest.
didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Bro, that guy's 40 running like that.
That means that team's
Yeah.
age, him and Jerry, were like one.
And then they got
Simply.
Yeah,
yeah,
they
and
got-
simply, yo, that team's
Well,
age
well-
is legit 400.
Ralphie, if I'm not mistaken, is 35 and over.
Really?
Fredo's 38, Jerry's
Ralph-
how old he is?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm
for
from
sure.
Texas, like he's 42, so I mean,
For sure.
that's a good team. I'm a fan of. And
Yeah.
I'm happy for Jerry.
Yeah.
Jerry hasn't been that happy since your Giant season.
Yeah.
So it's good that he's on a good team, and he kind of orchestrated it because I think he traded himself out of that shit show with the
AJ,
Patriots
yeah, the Patriots.
with Jerry. So
Yeah.
good for him.
And at number 3, we got the Panthers, bro. We got Rodgers Panthers.
So we got Roger, Boo, Chris J, Dax, Julio, and Amp.
I like this team, man. I like
Yeah, but
this
what's
team.
up with Dax though? Is he?
Yeah.
Is
Dax was gonna drop, and now he's not dropping. So he's in.
But is he?
Now I don't know if he,
From
he's
the
hurt.
source.
He's hurt, so
So
I
he's
think he's
hoping to
gonna
get better by
he's
week
gonna
five?
do the hostage zone, and I think maybe sit out this week.
Who do they play? Because there's no that good.
Hey,
Yeah,
but
I
I'll
know
tell
we
you,
need to lose.
I'll tell you what.
I don't play him. So
I'll tell you
I played
what.
them last week.
That's not Julio. Where is that?
That's Julio Iglesias.
That's Julio Iglesias.
Okay, yeah, 'cause it says Julio G.
Oh my.
No, Julio
Yeah.
Iglesias.
Julio.
Alright,
Why you
so-
gotta point out his mistakes?
Yeah, I mean.
It also says.
And Fred P.
Yeah.
Who the fuck?
Fred Dip.
I think that I think
Whatever. Back to the Panthers. I actually refed one of their games that they didn't have Julio, and I forgot who they beat. And they had a full squad.
It was the same week I played them, but when I
Yeah.
played them, they had Julio.
You don't
yeah,
play them?
and
Yeah.
Dax, Chris J, Boo, and
No, no, I played
Roger,
them last
and they won.
I beat
They
them.
beat you,
I know
Lazo.
who they play. They play the Dolphins, Lions, and Cowboys.
Oh,
See, there you
wow.
go. Cowboys can maybe pull out a win there, and then.
Yeah. No. You think they can beat
That's
the
why that
Panthers?
people missing a week is so big, dog. Like
Hey,
you can give people free wins.
So I played them. I played
hold on. I wanted to because It was the
I'll
first
shut
time
the
that.
fuck
My
up.
bad.
No, go ahead.
My bad. Just because it's just
Welcome to the Jordan Rivera show.
Bob
Where he interrupts you
Everybody shut the fuck up.
mid-sentence.
My bad, bro. No, but you were talking about how people. We were talking about how people missing this big week. Where is it? Devin and the Ravens won first team ever that I know of, won without a captain. Last week,
Yes.
they didn't have Patterson.
They also
won
they're only they won 2 games.
Yeah,
Their first
without a
win
captain.
doesn't count in my opinion for like
They
the
played
state
4-on-4 with the.
They
with
played
the
4-on-4 against the Eagles without a quarterback. The
Yeah.
Eagles didn't have Johan.
Eagles.
And
But they had a
then-
captain.
Yeah, they had Kurt, which is a
Yeah.
tier 2 that got turned into a captain.
Yeah, he's not.
So, but I agree. They balled, but then the fact that they beat the Raiders.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Like I've never seen a team.
I ref their game
Yeah.
against the Seahawks, and that was wow.
Yeah, so
What a
what,
joke,
what
yeah.
I was gonna say is the Raiders last week had a Giants week 2. It just wasn't clicking for them.
Right.
Like it was like god awful. We played the Raiders, and I don't know why, but on a big down, I think it was 3rd down for the game, Drew decides to, I'm not gonna cover Mally, and just turns and runs the other way. Mally catches the ball, jukes somebody, hit him with the NFL street behind the back, the ball, and scores.
They're gonna be quick against the Seahawks. Tie game, last play of the game. PD gives it back and just runs.
Oh, I heard about that. All
Just
the way-
runs from goal line to goal line,
Yeah.
touchdown to win the game.
I heard that. I know that's it.
Like they
Yeah.
Yeah, so back to the Panthers. I played
like the
them. They had their full team. Julio Iglesias wasn't a factor in our game. I think Ant doesn't really use him.
He feeds
like,
Dax and
he
Booth,
feeds Dax.
which is why
Like,
Dax
I
is
would-
not gonna play.
Yeah,
And he
that's
uses,
right.
I like the way he uses Christian.
Like if you put Julio at slot, he's good enough to run some posts and like post corners and route people up.
But Ant's got
That's a
an
good
offense
team.
that
They'll be a
likes-
playoff team because of how good their record's been up so far.
Well, I know
They dropped a couple
if
spots.
Dax is hurt and they go and they have, if he makes that big of a difference that they go 0-3, they're at 5-5. That's rough. Because for
But-
example, if I win all 3 games, I'm at 6-5.
But you gotta go 3-0 to jump.
Correct. But if they go 0-3, like
That's what I'm saying. Like something crazy's
it's
gotta
not.
happen.
It's not. They're not just chilling like, oh, it's okay.
That's why I think a couple spots they drop, but I don't see them going 0-3 unless they play 3 good teams.
they play the Lions, Dolphins, and Cowboys. Maybe they win
That's
against the
great.
Cowboys.
Everybody.
Okay.
The Lions, Dolphins, and Cowboys.
That's who the Panthers
Good
play.
teams.
Yeah, I mean the Dolphins is gonna be their toughest game. The Lions.
So the Lions, if Dax isn't playing, Tony's not gonna see the field.
It's true.
I don't think the Panthers are a star contender. I do think they're a playoff team though.
Yeah. I like them. They're scrappy.
All
So
right.
at number 2, we got the Jets.
Where the fuck John?
J-O-N right here.
All right, so give it to me. Who's your team? Who do you guys play?
All right, I'll give you my 3 games. We got Vikings first game. We get ball first. Fun note: I've had 2 home games this season, and
That's
7 away.
But what have the Jets had?
Oh, because you got traded.
Because I got traded, so I was 1-2. Then my second week I went 3 away. Then I went 1-2. Like it's been terrible. This week I go 1-2 again.
So next week all home.
I hope so. I hope I get some home games next week. But I do have the Vikings home, so I get ball first. I think we win that one. My matchup is gonna be basically simply on Brandon, like their tier 5 versus my tier 5. That's gonna be my go-to. And then I play the Dolphins. Oh, I play the Cardinals second game away, and then I play the Dolphins away. I think if we can stop the Dolphins once, we'll win that game. I don't see them stopping us, and I think it's gonna be tough to stop them. But I think I'm a star contender. I like my team. I do have 2 offers on the table for Swazo. Since
The
Swazo's been
Swaz?
so excited to know if he's getting traded or not. I know he doesn't want to get traded, but I do have 2 offers on the table that are very good.
What are they? Drop them. They won't see you until tomorrow.
I can tell you the team, but I won't say because they both put don't send. So, because I asked if I could send, like to my chat or whatever,
Uh-huh.
don't send. But one is to the Cardinals,
Okay.
and the other is to the Dolphins. So I have 2 open
Sometimes good,
offers.
sometimes maybe shit.
But I will tell you, Swazo's leading he's top 10 in the league in catches, flag pulls, interceptions, and touchdowns.
Yeah.
That
So,
boy draft stock is high. I will
so
say
yeah,
that
it's part of the done deal. Like,
Yeah.
it's the,
that guy's made leaps and bounds.
Yeah.
In
he's
his
been my
career.
mismatch in a lot of games and being covered by higher tiers.
Yeah.
So
he has like the intangibles,
exactly.
dude.
He's so weird, bro.
He's tall,
He's
lanky.
weird. He's weird. Yeah, you set him on a post and it looks like he's not moving.
When he holds himself up
And
like
then, but out of
this.
nowhere, he comes out of nowhere and
Holds his
catches like
tits
he's.
together.
But he's great. I love.
Lazo.
Yeah.
He's here like this as he rushes. What's up, Jordan? Trying to catch my breath.
But he's good, man. And what I like about him, which
I love Swafford.
goes a long way in done
Adam
deal,
Sandler.
is a try-hard. He's a try-hard.
Yeah.
He's gonna give you 110. He's the guy that's gonna dive, even though there's a cone with freaking
with the drain.
with a drain there. He'll dive.
So the trade I made that we talked about earlier, I made it to specifically match up with the number 1 team in the conference right now, which is the Dolphins.
Okay.
So now I'm gonna have Kevin. I play them with game 3, and I'm gonna give them the scoop.
It's gonna be good.
Kevin's gonna be rushing Peaky. They
Yeah.
get ball first. I think Kevin can do well enough, like to at least contain Peaky and make him throw. Steady's gonna be covering Chris M. I love that matchup for us. I'm gonna put Brandon Arias on Jason. I love that matchup as well for us.
Okay.
Suazo and Alex G
Oof.
is the amazing matchup. They're both kind of like the same, reckless,
Yeah.
just run around.
Yeah, Alex is fast though.
Alex is fast, but I think I like Suazo and Alex G, and then me and Andres.
Oof. I
And
like
then-
Andres in that matchup.
Yeah, me too.
So
And then
shifty.
Ray and Juan, I think we win that matchup. So
Yeah.
if it
Yeah,
comes
that-
down to that matchup, best believe it, when Ray's in the game.
I think the biggest matchup right there is
He's gonna be
if Kevin could get a great rush on Peaky.
Yeah, I think if Kevin can contain Peaky and I can cover Andres the first 4 seconds, which I know I can, it's good. But now, if Peaky starts running around and obviously guys are going upfield and whatever, things can happen. But I think I like my team against the Dolphins.
hey, do me a favor, Jordan. You need this to speak. Stop interrupting people. God damn.
Every 6 words, all I hear like. I'm like, yeah.
This is the talking stick.
Jordan thinks that we're having conversations with him, so he's agreeing or not.
He's trying to make up for him and David.
Yeah,
He's like, yeah, that's true.
I gotta agree, bro. Kane over here, bro. I gotta talk for David.
Yeah, Biggie's team is good. Yeah, I agree.
My favorite is that he just gets louder.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah, he's good.
You gotta hear me, bro.
Hey, don't listen to these haters, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's my
That's
show.
crazy. Yo, Rick Man, Trey Jordan, bro.
You should have seen all the shit he was talking before we started recording.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So number 1 in the South, we got the Dolphins. Peaky, Chris M, Jason, Alex G, Andres, and Juan Sanchez. Right, Juan Sanchez?
Yes, sir.
Juan Sanchez. You guys played them. What do you think? I ref one game. The game I did ref, they played against the Chargers, so it was kind of like.
Yeah, I haven't played them, and I haven't reffed them because they're in my conference.
I played them. I think they're really solid, but it comes down to matchups, and I think my team matches up pretty well against them.
How'd you guys do?
We were tied. We needed a first down, and I went for like the kill shot, threw it deep, whatever. We dropped it. He got ball. I came out on defense. He came down the field, scored, tied it. No, we were losing. We were up by 1, so the first down would end the game. I got trigger happy, tried to go 4-2, end the game there. I had to come out on D, and he marched down and scored, ended in a tie. Like that's my season has come down to the end of games in 3 of the 5.
Yo, you're gonna let Jordan talk now?
That was me too. I think I watched that game.
You got the talking stick.
I think I ref that game or I watched it.
No, you didn't ref it, but
But I think I watched it. To me, they're just tall.
they are
On
tall.
offense, and that's big. And that's why I brought up with the Kevin thing. Like me, because I ref 2 of the games. Speaky doesn't get the ball out of his hands quick and done deal. That's
He
what
holds,
does.
he rolls
He
out.
holds and he rolls.
Yeah.
Especially with his big guys now, because he likes. But
I've
that's
seen
what I'm
that.
saying. If he doesn't get the ball out of his hands quick, like you get the ball out of your hands quick, you're very matchup based. He likes to see what gets created
And let a guy
and he
go
trusts
with-
himself, and that's why like even in the playoffs sometimes when you get a good rush on him, you beat them 2-1.
It was close.
You get
He
I
picked
think
him off a few times.
Yeah, you picked him off and
He
like
picked him off
Forrest
3 times,
second
I think.
like. But you, if I'm not mistaken,
Forrest had a good rush that game.
yeah,
Ball.
but he
that's
does,
what reason
Peaky does not get the ball out of his hands. quick.
Forrest died because of rushing Peaky.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. He has the ability to evade people and stuff like that.
I agree with what you guys say that he holds the ball too long, and then Chris M I don't think has like flourished as much as Peaky thought. And then it goes to show that last year was a rob. Alex M is not the greatest, but Alex M is
Better.
still
Better.
light years ahead of Chris
Chris
M.
M.
Because Chris M is what, 6'3", right? 6'2", something like that. The guy's big. He should be out there destroying everyone, and he can't. You know, and I think that him holding the ball is gonna be their downfall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You get a good rush on him historically, and
They're good though. Like when I play them, they make sure like they don't get beat deep.
Yeah.
They play like a
no,
zone.
their defense. But I'm saying
Yeah,
their defense.
Jason's
they're
good.
all
Jason,
they're all
that's what I'm saying.
6'2".
So like it seems like Biggie kind of shades Chris M's a little bit more, give him a little more, and he lets Jason just handle his side. They're pretty
But a
good.
shade Juan. Ray Train is coming.
Oh my god, I can't wait to hear that guy talk shit.
So that's what I did. That was when I had Kevin. I had Kevin just run a post away from Juan, and he just didn't catch it. And he got the ball back. Tie game.
But their big mismatch is Alex G.
Yeah.
As a tier 4, that guy is fast. He's what, 6'3",
So, yeah, he's like 6'3", 6'1".
and he's fast, bro.
Yeah, Alex is
he's really fast.
No, and this season he hit the gym. That guy came out looking diesel.
Diesel.
Last season he was like 6'1", a $120, soaking wet.
He grew 3 inches in the gym.
Yeah.
I'm upside down all day. His hands upside down. Oh, I got a groove.
All right, so let's get to the games of the week. First game of the week, we got the Ravens and the Bucks.
I couldn't even see
Yeah, I was gonna say, we got nobody because there's nothing out there.
Ravens and the Bucks.
Quick, I got the Bucks. This is the one that you said.
I got Ravens.
Yeah, you guys.
They beat them once already to start the season, and I think they have the matchups in that game. They got
Okay.
Ravens.
What do you got?
I wanted to say Bucks, but then that Izzy trade, I don't know. So I'm gonna go Ravens.
All right, so we got a sweep there. Second game, 9:30. We got Panthers, Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Yeah.
No Dax. Panthers beat Dolphins, by the way. It's their
4-2.
only loss.
Yeah, 4-2.
And it wasn't close. But
Without
Dax that
Dax.
game caught a bunch of passes on Beaky and he balled. But with
Without
a questionable Dax,
That's what I'm saying. Dax is huge for them.
Dolphins.
If Dax isn't there.
yep.
Yeah.
I got Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Dolphins the whole way. All right, 10:15. We got 49ers, Ravens.
49ers at Ravens. So Ravens get ball first.
That's a tough one.
I'm gonna say the Niners bounce back. I'm gonna go Niners.
Niners? I think so. I think the Niners get this game. Like I said before, I think the fact that Devin now has Pat and Georgie is going to mess him up. Because instead of spreading the ball like he's used to these first 3 weeks, he's going to be like, these are my guys, they know, and then he's going to go with what
Maybe he
he's-
listens to you. He doesn't do that. Prove you wrong.
Hopefully, maybe. You know, but I think he's going to get too comfortable. And then when instead of throwing to his open tier 5 or open tier 4 or whatever the case, he's going to throw to his boy because it's his boy. And
Force it.
yeah.
I got Ravens in this game because I think they're gonna lose the first game against the Bucks. So I feel like there's like a fire under their ass and you gotta get one.
I got
Yeah,
the
the Ravens better have a good week, and they got a tough week.
I got the Ravens.
Because
as
week
well.
5 they don't have Georgie.
Biggie has a tough week too. He plays you and the fucking 2 playoff teams right now.
Yeah, but without Dax, that team is not.
Yeah.
I mean, well, Dax hasn't said he's not gonna play.
Yeah, but
I got a tough week too.
I mean,
what I will say is I saw his hamstring on Saturday and it was purple.
oh.
Yeah, he's questionable.
Yeah.
Like real questionable, like
So
doubtful
you think he
question.
might do that? Like,
He told me he's not dropping,
okay.
which tells me that he's gonna be fine for playoffs, but
This week, no.
it's gonna hurt the team.
These
because
next
if
2
he's
weeks
not
are
dropping-
big.
Week 5 is next week.
No, we have a week.
No, we got a week off, but regardless, this week without Dax, they can go on 3 easily.
Yeah.
All right. Last game of the week, biggest game for you. You against.
I think the winner of this game locks in the 1 seed.
1 seed.
Biggie's 7-1-1 this season. I'm 7-1-1 this season. Obviously, my record doesn't show that because I got traded. But my actual record this season is 7-1-1. But because of the record, the Jets didn't win a game with week 1. So because of the record, I'm actually a game and a half back.
Yeah. You're at 5-2-2.
Yeah, and they're 7-1-1. So if we lose this game, then I think no one catches them for the first seed. But if we beat them, we'll be half a game back, and I think we can make a run for the 1.
Your 2 ties are big.
Yeah, the 2 guys are gonna get points. So I guess I can thank the Jets for that 1 tie at week 1.
No, yeah, at least they
And
gave
the
me
2
some.
L's they gave me.
All right, so let's do a rapid fire. End this real quick. Who do you got stud? Stud of the
Start
week.
of the week.
Speaking.
Okay.
We'll say. Ow.
Al.
Yeah.
No.
A stud. I'm gonna go Eddie. Eddie comes back with a fire rejuvenated team and goes 3-0. I don't know who they play, but I'm gonna say Eddie gets stud of the week.
I'm gonna go dark horse. I'm gonna give it to Tommy, bro. My QB.
Stop stealing Pete. You better not steal any passing touchdowns then.
Yeah,
He's gonna need some
in the
stats.
fucking face.
Yeah, honestly, he's come out to play. Last week he scored 11. The week before
That's what's up, though.
2 weeks before he scored, I think, 11 as well. So he's been doing well. After our horrendous week, we came together, regrouped, and I think this new kind of style of offense we got going is really going to help us. So.
Your bad week was what? Week 1 or 2?
2. 2. So I got Tommy. Third of the week. Who do you got?
I got. AJ.
AJ? Okay. Third of the week.
Gabe.
Sanchez?
No.
Alright, guys are done.
I'm not gonna do that
That is
again.
done in life.
I'm not gonna do that.
That's not weak. That's a
I'm not
year.
gonna do that again, bro.
Done of the year.
I'm gonna go dud of the week. I'm gonna go to Kevin, bro. I feel like Kevin gets exploited by Peaky. Hence why.
Man, this guy's against the Jets this week. All right,
He's got
I'll
a
go. Obviously, I'm not gonna pick the Packers because they've been done of the season. So,
As of course.
I'm gonna go with a team that has a tough week this week, and I'm gonna say Ant Hernandez, done of the week, since he's missing his #1 target.
Yeah, so that I was in between Ant Hernandez and this loser right here.
No way I'm gonna be done of the week, though.
Yeah, you have enough stats.
I put up stats. I won't be done of the week. That's for sure.
But all right, gentlemen.
Any hot takes, last fire, talk your shit.
Hot takes? Any hot takes? What do you guys think?
Talk your shit. Man, y'all real
Hey, what do
quiet.
you think about the way CP's running the league?
Um,
What would you do differently?
Change them.
Open the floodgates!
Yeah, bro. Let the trades. Hey, at least open the trades till 12 o'clock.
I think he's done well.
Till 12
I think he
o'clock,
started off slow. He took forever to like get the captains like locked in with the chats, getting the information like back to Andres. So he started off slow, but now he's been locked in. He's been responding fast. He's in the captain's chat. And he's been like alerted, like when someone asks something, he's there.
Yeah.
And he's been a good troll, like which I was the same way. Like he'll come into the chat, and if a captain says something, he'll troll them like in there. And I think he's doing great.
I would agree. I think that the start was a little slow. I think
Yeah.
our first episode we had mentioned that it seemed a little off. Like scrimmages were like they felt very rushed. Everything felt like very last minute. Like I didn't have enough time to look at the guys, to scout the guys, this, that, and the other. But I agree. Any other hot takes?
Hot take, no, but side note, I would love for there to be like a rule change next season for the trading thing. Only after like before week 1 that you can't trade and then trade again. Like after that, the shirt thing doesn't matter. Just let people be traded. What's the difference?
Swap shirts, bro. Tie it in the back.
Not even then, like
It's too big.
You only get it for like if week 1. After week 1, you can get traded. So you only work 1 week anyways. What's the point of having to play a week with that team after that?
Agreed. I
Uh,
think
Yo, Pablo, don't drop, bro. Don't let Eddie. Don't let Eddie
should've dropped.
drop.
Eddie should've got
Man,
traded.
He didn't push
Enzo
Manny to
got
drop.
fucked.
He didn't push himself to drop.
know?
He was in Napa
Yeah,
Valley, drinking
Exactly.
wine.
Napa Valley. all
Fuck
this
that
bullshit.
guy, bro.
That's Aaron.
Now he's not gonna talk to you for 6 months.
Collusion.
I don't care.
That's my boy. Don't
Yeah.
drop.
you heard it here. Thanks for joining us. Captain's Corner.